Welcome back to xxXHolic Anime Review Part 5. This time I'm reviewing the first 3 episodes of the second season of the show, which is called xxXHolic Key. Yep. Why am I covering these 3 episodes? Well, because I feel like it. That's pretty much the reason why. These 3 episodes are called Spider, Left Eye, and the French Half. Yeah, this simply put is a 3-parter. It's the series' first time they've ever done a 3-parter. Now, when this series first aired in Japan, this aired like almost 2 years after the first season ended for the show. As for why they waited 2 years, I have no idea. For this particular 3-parter, we have Watsunui stopping by Damaki's temple. He gets caught up in a spider's web, which Damaki basically frees him from while he's basically cleaning the place. And then all of a sudden, the very next day, Damaki has got like a spider over his eye. Apparently his eye has been taken. So, Watsunuki makes a deal. Give him my eye in exchange for destroying his. Which Damaki doesn't like that very much. So he spends the next couple episodes researching a way to get Watsunuki's eye back. We also have Himawari give Watsunuki a book that apparently Damaki wants, and, well, when he gets there, like, they're there researching at the storehouse, and of course, well, Watsunuki basically is just acting like a complete buffoon, and, well, they do some research, and then all of a sudden, something really weird happens. Himawari's book spouts a snake. They refer to as a bookworm. Yep. And it starts eating the words in Himawari's book, and a book that Watsunuki found while searching for something to restore his eye. He finds a book underneath a staircase in this storehouse, which apparently, according to Damaki, the place was restored long before he was born. The place is around for over 100 years. As what the heck temple does, I have no idea because the series has never explained it. So they basically, first they do clean the yard, and of course they clean up the storehouse. They look at all the books, and that's when Damaki basically, until he finds the book. That's when the bookworm starts eating the words, and they're basically trying to contain it, trying to figure it out. And then Yuko shows up. Yep. When the heck she got there, no idea. Oh yeah, she just revealed the reason why she's there after they defeat the thing. We're taking like these 4 seals, what the heck she mentioned in this episode. These like 4 wallpaper like seals basically on the 4 posts of this room. Yeah, basically Yuka wants they want Yuka to help, but Yuka wants those 4 things. Like, okay, I'll make up new ones for you. Okay, I don't know if she can do that. So he eats up, and the bookworm turns into a protective shell, and that's that. She doesn't reveal why she's there because she wants to look at Damaki's storehouse because he contains treasure for some reason. I don't know why. And she asks basically who's the owner of the book that's there. It's Himawari. And basically, this is not followed within this episode. Probably will follow up next 2 episodes. When it comes to, of course, Himawari gets the book back, and she thinks this guy. She does apparently know about the bookworm, but she doesn't know what the heck the thing looks like. Yeah, so they go home. Dressed up by Atomic, and then of course, and then episode 2 ends basically with an accident happening, and then the 5 surfers show up. One who basically picked Zamashi demands them take them to his mistress, basically Yuko. Yeah, so they want help to free Zamashi, who has been taken by this spider deity. The reason why she's there was to get his eye back. It's been very heavily implied in the series she basically is in love with him, but she's very reluctant to tell him for some reason. Probably because she's a rain spirit. It's possible. So, in exchange for Yuko's help, they give him one of the treasures. They don't ask that she takes care of it. They just give it to her, and then of course they whisk away right to the world. Though Watsunuki takes the pipe box with him, and able to basically go through the barrier pretty quickly, pretty easily too. Just burn it. And basically, then Watanabe basically walks to the place, gets very sleepy about loose conscience, picks up a piece of glass, stabs himself with it. Basically, he squeezed it, basically causes a bleed, so he stays awake. Eventually, he gets to the room where Zamashi is, sees her basically tied up in a spider web in the ceiling. He meets the Spider Woman, who's there, and boy, she's a smoking hot woman. Now, there was also a character who popped up, I believe was in the last episode, or episode before that, where it was a cat girl. Yes, of course, they mentioned something happened involving Dot Watanuki's eye. Yeah, this cat girl who eating goldfish in the air. Yeah, and of course, Watanuki's like, I didn't know cat girls were high heels and mini skirts. Actually, it wasn't high heels, it was basically boots and mini skirts. Yeah. Even I'm confused by this. A cat girl? Really? Where the heck this thing came from? Doesn't bother to explain. Just randomly shows up. It seems Damaki, not Damaki, Watsuki for one scene, and that's it. While Watsuki's off in the other world, Damaki shows up at Yuko's shop, and apparently we see what Yuko's shop looks like from Damaki's perspective. Apparently it's not a shop. Well, basically, it's basically like a vacant lot. So it's something to the question, like, why does Yuko live in a vacant lot? I have no idea. Apparently, she says that Damaki has like no reason to go into her shop. I mean, so far as I can tell, he's never actually seen it. He just basically knows it's there. Mm-hmm. Yep. So basically, off screen, he makes deal with Yuko. In exchange, just if Watsuki fails to recover his eye, give him half of his own eye. Okay. So Watsuki basically just gets sort of gets cash, but still has the glass in his hand, slices through it, basically acts like a big superhero with a sword, slices and frees Zamasu, and of course the pipe box basically burns his spider. She gets away, and of course before she gets away, she basically swallows Watsuki's eye. Never gets it back. Though he gets knocked unconscious, though the five surfers come in. He takes him to Zamashi takes him to the purifying water, basically restoring him, despite that he's got physically damaged hands. And they get back to the real world, this time not by a well, by Yuko's bathtub. Yep. Which is the second time in the series this bathtub has been seen. Last time it was seen was when Yuko was seen in it. Yep. Though at least Watanuki basically is basically dressed, though he's wet. And the pipe box actually managed to carry his glasses. Maybe they slipped off him, I'm not really sure. So he dries off, and of course, Mug not just bandage up his hands, or his one hand anyways. And of course, Yugo explains about what happened before. Gives Watanuki Damaki's half of his right eye, swallows it in his eye, gets restored normal. Yeah, during the first couple episodes of this arc, he's seen with an eye patch on. Yeah, this is a Japanese style eye patch. The only other series I've seen this in is Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, but there was a reason why he basically wore it. Because he couldn't restore it, he couldn't have his own. For some reason, his eye, Kaneki, he couldn't have his eye restored back normal, so he looks perfectly normal. So that's why a lot of time when we saw him in the series, mostly in the first series, he wore an eye patch. Yep, wore an eye patch. Mm-hmm. Yep. And of course, most of the time when his eye, apparently it's not like basically normally when someone loses an eye, basically there's nothing there. It's like the eyeball in this series is particularly very weird. Apparently the eye is basically a marble for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, apparently also Watanuki's eye, because his eyes are blue, his little eye thing is blue. Now think of an eye. I think basically removing the eyeball and taking it out. Kind of like the way they do in Naruto, which of course, apparently the Uchiha clan loves gouging out people's eyes. In the case of this series, an eye is in there, just basically kind of like the pupil. There's still an eye there, but basically he cannot see. That's simply it. Yeah, he just cannot see. Mm-hmm. Yep. But he basically gets sort of a vision restored. and he's got 2 different eye colors. I'm hoping somebody says something about this. He goes to visit Damakida's temple, brings him a big, humongous bento with him, and, well, of course, he doesn't give a thank you for basically restoring his eyesight, and, well, that's really it for this 3-parter. And also, there are some things that I've noticed about this particular 3-parter. One thing, when I noticed the animation, it looks a little bit different than usual. Yes, I thought the studio changed. No, it's still the same studio, despite the fact that there's the style. Also, Yuko is no longer smoking her pipe. She's smoking from, looks like one of those things you just, it's kind of like a, I don't know what you call this thing. Usually I've seen this thing in like movies, basically people smoke weed at this thing. As for why she switched this thing, I have no idea. She just randomly switched it, despite the fact, both for the first season and in the film, she's basically smoking a pipe. Just watching Watsuki in the actual series, he smokes Yuko's pipe. So I'm sure he probably cleaned it first before he actually bothered to smoke out of it. And, well, of course, the season also had a new opening theme. Now, the first season theme was known as 19, which are a bunch of basically strange images, and also the whole thing of like poisoned lips entering a room. It's like, why did you? The way they translate the song in sort of English subtitles, it is so odd. And having the 2 twins basically when you see them in the thing, it looks like these 2 about to make out. And it goes like no, and just like this sees them like just look back. And also when they show the ending credits, the first half of the first season, you see Mokina sleeping. Yep, you see him sleeping. Even in the film that he does this too. Mokina sleeps a lot. In the second half of the season, it's twins. Also, I noticed this when I was watching these 3 episodes that Damaki, his sub actor, his tone is very similar to that of his English dub actor. Yes. I'm not sure how some of the other characters that Jay Michael Term is basically voiced in the sub. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how this is probably the first character I can think of he played that I actually have heard his sub actor. And if you listen to it, if you listen to his dub, if you listen to Jay Michael Term and when he voices Damaki in the dub and the sub actor, it's a very similar tone, which is quite interesting. Of course, Watsuki is completely different in the dub. Yeah, because it's tied up according to usual style whenever he actually voices characters. Himawari will, from what I can tell from her, she doesn't sound that much different. The only one that sounds exactly the same, even if it's some different language, is Damaki. Yuko, well, I know Colin Clicker is known for his particular style when she voices characters, but I would say her voice, the way she voices the character, is similar to that with Yuko's here, but not exact like the way it was Damaki. The twins, they don't sound much different. Also, they had this weird thing happen in one of the episodes. I think it was episode 2, where everybody dressed up as characters from Alice in Wonderland, like the twin dressed up as Mad Hatter and the rabbit. Watsuki dressed up as Alice, and I think that Yugo dressed up as the Queen of Hearts. It was one of the most weirdest things the series has done. Alice in Wonderland parody. Okay, fine. And it's weird to see Watsuki in a dress. Yep. But yeah, I was hoping to do a little bit more for this particular one, but I did want to put out one video today because, well, I did not put any videos today overall. Well, I'm definitely gonna put out at least 4 videos tomorrow, possibly 5. And those videos are going to be a review news episode of Fire Force, 2 manga reviews, one of course review news chapter of One Punch Man, the other course review news chapter of My Hero Academia, a comic corner possibly, and of course our talk for this particular series. Yep, I initially thought originally when I did this series it was going to be about 10 videos. It might be close to that, possibly, but who knows, okay? But until you see the next video, in the next video, I was hoping this was going to be for 6, but like I said, I went for a video today, so basically, just with the review of the first 3. So, part 6 will probably cover probably episodes 4 through 9. And then, of course, well, part 7 probably cover the last 4 episodes of the season. Yep. But until I see you all tomorrow with those reviews for Fire Force, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, and now for xxxHolic in the Comic Corner. Okay? See you in the next video. Bye.